Hello everyone, here's your favorite watchwoman. Watchwoman or watchman, for those who doesn't know, is somebody who is ready to blow the trumpet, as it says in Ezekiel 33. It's somebody who's ready to blow the trumpet, right? It's somebody who's ready to let the other knows that it is about to happen, So it's known as a watchman or watchwoman, somebody who's paying attention to the signs of the coming of the Lord. So I want to share a dream that I had about like a month ago, maybe a month and a half. And I was not going to share this dream. I share all the dreams with you guys before. And after the rapture didn't happen on September, in the Feast of Trumpets, right? God, it was kind of like just so quiet, like it never been since I got saved. So from September 2024 to September 2025, I had so many dreams, visions, hear God, and so many signs. God saying, talk about the rapture. I want you to talk about eschatology. I'm coming. And after it didn't happen, I just got like quiet, and God got quiet too. And okay, I'm in some groups of watchers, like on WhatsApp. The biggest watchers is in a group in the WhatsApp. It's a big community. It has many groups together. It's probably even over 1,000 people. I'm in groups on Instagram as well of people who's watching for the signs of times, right? And we know we are in the times, like the rapture is about to happen. And this is the only thing that needs to happen for the tribulation to start. As soon as the raptures take place, the clock of the 7 years from Daniel is start counting down, and it's going to start the tribulation. As soon a bunch of people just disappear or just die. I don't know if our body going to stay on earth because this flesh is sinful, right? So, but God's God, He can make the flesh disappear, but some people think the flesh going to stay behind. But I don't know how it's going to be. I'm not God. This is not my place to tell you how it's going to be. But it's gonna happen, the rapture is gonna happen, as it's in 1 Thessalonians 4. You can go read for yourself, 1 Thessalonians 4, 16 to 18. Also talking about in Revelation 3, right? The faithful church is the 14% of the 7 churches, only one is saved, so the rapture truly, it's going to happen, a percentage of Christians who are ready and we'll be the bride of Christ, and we're gonna be taken to heaven. So after a long period of time that God was just quiet, I asked Him, I was like, God, it's so quiet. I'm anxious. Like, why are you so quiet? Like, why I'm not even dreaming? Not even regular dreams anymore. I had a prophetic dreams. I'm a dreamer. I dream my whole life. I always dream every single night, basically. When I was since I was a kid, I had a prophetic dreams. I would dream that somebody would die and the person would die. I dreamed that my godfather had just passed and nobody knew. And I woke up crying like, oh, my godfather just passed. And I'm like, you crazy? We're just sleeping. It was just a bad dream. Literally in the same second, somebody come like, oh, your godfather just passed. Like I hear angels like my whole life. Anyways, that's why the devil always wanted to get me, right? And he had me, but for a very, very short time. Thank God it was the shortest period of my life that I was close to evil people. Anyways, it's not part of the video. So after a long period of time that God was just quiet to me, I asked, I was like, Lord, you say you are coming. You told me you are coming. He didn't tell me dates, okay? When I heard God last year, He told me He's coming. He said, I'm coming. I told you guys many times this, right? But maybe you're watching this, some of my videos just for the first time. But God says, I'm coming. That's what He said. Bring people for me. I'm coming. There is no time left. And then the year goes by, and then people start talking that the rapture can happen in September, and I really thought it was going to happen in September. And the Lord's like, I want you to talk about this stuff. I want, and I was like, oh my God, even had a specific date. People are going to think I'm crazy. Like, I don't want to. And the Lord, like, you have to talk and conform it to me in the scriptures. Like, you need to talk, So anyways, it goes by and it didn't happen. So I got kind of sad, and I stopped asking God, and He gave me my time until about like 2 months ago, maybe a month and a half. I don't know. I asked God, like, God, if it is still happening soon, give me a sign, like give me a dream, give me a vision. Somebody tells me something about the rapture. And I don't know if it was on the same day, on the same week, but I got my dream that I asked for. And I'm going to share with you. So I dreamed that it was New Year's Eve. I was in a party with some people, and the countdown is starting, right? And somebody making fun of me, like, haha, it's the end of 2025. When is the rapture that you say was going to happen? And I'm like, I guess it's not happening, I'm very sad. And I was like, but okay, like, I'm going to be watching. Like, I know it's about to happen. It's not because it's not happening this second right now that it's not going to happen. Like, the book got to be fulfilled, baby. If it says there, it's happening. It's happening, So I got kind of sad. I was like, I guess it didn't happen this year. And then it started, right? 5, 4, 3, 2. I don't even remember I just remember it was in the countdown. 5, 3, 2. I disappear. I go straight up to heaven. Oh my God, it was so real, guys. It was so real. So I go to heaven, straight to heaven. And I was like, oh my God, it happened. God, you were so awesome. Like, oh my God, literally in the last second. Because that's how God is, right? Like, you see, like Isaac, like when Abraham was ready to sacrifice his son, God showed up and like, no, like we know many things, God literally wait for the last second. So people were coming down for the end of 2025, and boom, I shoot to the sky and I was in heaven. And when the doors of heaven was opening, I woke up in my bed. But it was so real. It was so real, and I was not going to share this dream. It's been weeks, and you know how excited I am. I would have shared already, but the Lord is bothering me, like some other prophetic dreams before. He's like, share the dream. You gotta share it. You ask it. Now you have to share it. And I was not going to share it because in the community, most of the people, it was talking about happening on Christmas, on Hanukkah. And I was like, but my dream was about New Year's Eve and nobody's talking about. So I guess, until this week, I saw a brother in Christ from New Moon. I forgot the name of the channel, but he has a good channel. He studied a lot about eschatology. He has a channel that he talks about many numbers and many dates that possibly can happen. And he said that the rapture can happen on the New Year's Eve. And he showed some numbers and some scriptures and some stuff. And I was like, oh my God, this is the first time somebody is saying about the date that I dream of, So I decided to share with you first because the Lord is asking me. So I truly hope it is a prophetic dream and we are out of earth. Can't wait to be in heaven. I'm not a sad person. I'm not depressed, but come on, like, who doesn't want to be in heaven? Like, people are so attached to earth when you literally hear that it's a better place. So I don't know you, baby, but I want to go to heaven. I want to go meet my creator. I want to live in peace where everything is good, So I'm going to share with you the numbers that the brother showed in his channel. So right here in simple gematria, we see that Enoch equals 45, Elijah equals 45, and Daniel equals 45. Enoch was the first man who was raptured. He was raptured actually when he was 365 years old. Elijah is the second man who was raptured. He was taken to heaven, right? And his name equals 45 also. And Daniel, who talks a lot about end of times prophecies, equals 45 as well. So we see that 45 is a special number to God, right? So when we do the square root of 45, that is 45 times 45, it equals 2025. Then when you do the cubic, I don't know if that's how you say in English, that is 45 times 45 times 45, it equals to 91,125. Save this number. So if you look from the day that the United States was created, right, 4th of July, 1776, to December 31st, 2025, it equals exactly 91,125 days. When Enoch was raptured, he was 365 years old. And we know 365 is also the days of the calendar that we follow right now. The Gregorian calendar is 365 days. It's exactly the age that Enoch was when he was raptured. And if we do this with the mirror, it's 563. So we get the number 928. 28 would be the date of the month 9. That would be Kislev. So that would be actually in our Gregorian calendar that we follow now, December 31st. And guess what? The Psalm 45, it talks exactly about the wedding, the wedding of the Messiah and his bride, that is us who want to be raptured. The Psalm 45. So we see that the number 45 is very important to God. He also explained that we get the month of January from Janus. It was ancient Roman god of beginnings, endings, transitions, doorways, time, and duality. Unique, depicted with two faces looking forward and backwards, symbolizing reflection and anticipation. So we see that in January, it's about new beginnings, maybe the doorway, maybe the time to start the new world order, right? The tribulation, let's say, as Christians, right? We know it's the end of age, the last days, the last 7 years that the devil have to have fun. So maybe that's why we see a lot in the Bible talking the midnight cry, right? Because it's the great and the terrible day of the Lord. Because only 14% of the church will be raptured, meaning probably less than 5% of humanity. I don't know. I have no idea actually of the number. Like, we know a lot of people are going to be left behind for tribulation. They're going to have this great opportunity to lay down their life to God. They're going to see that millions and maybe thousands of people are going to disappear. When we disappear, know that we are in heaven, and you're going to have to go to the tribulation. You have to lay down your life for God. So maybe that's why the Bible talks about the midnight cry, right, in Matthew 25, about the virgins, right, that they were waiting for the bridegroom and they had no oil, and they left to go get oil for themselves, and then behold, the bridegroom came and they were not there. So that's why we have to keep our oil. We have to keep our lamps full of oil. You got to be ready, because we all know, it can be the December 31st. Please God, I hope it would be right now, like, I'm done. Can't wait to get in heaven. But we don't know, But that's what Jesus asked us to do, to look up for redemption draws nigh, right? Redemption is coming when we see all these signs happening. And we know, come on, you don't have to be a Christian to see that this world, it's getting worse. Jesus said that volcanoes would erupt, earthquakes, weather, signs in the sky, right, that we see. Everything's happening, guys. The mark of the beast, it's almost here. I mean, it's already here, right? People have sheep in their hands in many countries around the world already. It's not even gonna happen. Like, people is already paying with the palm of their hands. The one religion, the one, everything is being set up. So we need to leave before, the church, the faithful bride is going to be raptured before. So yeah, hopefully it is in the New Year's Eve. But if not, I am in peace, because I know it will be very soon. So if you don't know Jesus Christ yet, please give your life. There is only one way to life, into the truth, and it's Jesus Christ. Please give your life to Jesus. Do your search, invite him, question, like, dare him, like, do whatever you want. Like, Jesus, if you exist, if you are God, I want this and this to happen. Trust will happen because he's God. He sees you. He's knocking at your door. He wants anybody to ask, and he will come. But he's so gentle. He's knocking at your door. He's not gonna open like a demon, like a devil, you know. He's gentle. He wants you to recognize that he's God, and you have to invite him to your life. So if you don't know Jesus Christ yet, please do. Please get saved. Please be saved. And let's keep looking up because our redemption drives night. And I can't wait to meet you in heaven for eternity. God bless you all.